Welcome to our YouTube channel, where we break down the world's biggest scientific and political stories. Today, we're going deep into the unexplored oceans of the Clarion-Clipperton Zone, where scientists claim a shocking discovery.
It's January 28, 2026, and we are looking at something that could be a total paradigm shift in biology.
Or a very, very expensive sensor glitch.
Exactly. We're tracking the launch of the Dark Oxygen Research Initiative, DORI, and the sources on the desk today are, well, they're heavy. We've got the original Nature Geoscience paper.
We also have the technical rebuttals from the metals company and the specs for the robots that are diving into the Pacific as we speak.
This is our Dark Oxygen deep dive, and the timing here is just critical.
It is. The DORI expedition is basically trying to settle a scientific brawl that's been raging since late 2024.
A brawl over, of all things, geobatteries.
Right. This idea that these polymetallic nodules, they're these potato-sized rocks sitting 4,000 meters down in the Clarion-Clipperton Zone.
They aren't just inert lumps of minerals. They might actually be electrified.
This creates this huge conflict with, standard biology. We're all taught the deep ocean is an oxygen sink.
Things down there consume oxygen. They don't produce it. No sunlight, no photosynthesis. Yeah. Simple.
But Professor Andrew Sweetman's hypothesis suggests these nodules have an electrochemical potential.
And the data in the source material is wild. Sweetman measured surface voltages up to 0.95 volts on these rocks.
The theory is that this natural charge is enough to trigger seawater electrolysis. It's literally zapping H2O molecules,
splitting them into hydrogen and oxygen in total darkness.
And that's where the physics gets, well, it gets messy. Because the skeptics, and specifically the researchers affiliated with the metals company, are pointing out that the math doesn't quite work.
Right, because to split water in a lab, you need, about 1.23 volts minimum?
And in real-world conditions, it's usually over 1.5 volts.
So 0.95 is just not 1.5. The nodules shouldn't theoretically have enough juice.
That is the primary counter-argument. Critics argue that what Sweetman's team saw wasn't new oxygen being made.
They think it was just old oxygen being released.
Exactly, from trapped air bubbles. When you send a lander down that deep, air gets caught in the chambers, in the sediment, the pressure compresses it, and then it slowly dissolves back out.
So the sensors pick up this rise in oxygen, but it's just contamination from the surface, a bubble.
And the stakes for this, it couldn't be higher. The metals company applied for a huge mining license back in 2025.
So the implications are pretty binary.
They are. If the nodules are breathing or creating the oxygen that lets deep sea life breathe, then strip mining them would be an ecological disaster. You're basically suffocating the seabed.
But if it's just bubbles?
Then the ecosystem argument against mining takes a pretty significant hit.
Which brings us to the hardware launching today. This is not just a repeat of the old experiments. DORI is using two brand new landers, Elisa and Kaya.
Named after Sweetman's daughters, I believe.
That's a nice touch. But looking at the specs, the big change is that they have completely ditched the old benthic chambers.
And this is the key. The old method involved putting a box over the sediment, sealing it off.
Which is what creates the risk of trapping those bubbles in the first place.
Precisely. Elisa and Kaya are using something called aquatic eddy covariance.
That sounds complicated, but reading the methodology, it seems like they're sort of just taking the box away.
That's essentially it, yes. Instead of trapping water, it measures the oxygen flux in the open, turbulent water flowing just above the seabed. It uses the natural swirls of the current.
So you remove the container variable. If they detect oxygen spikes in open water, the trap bubble argument is basically dead.
But they're also looking for a smoking gun that wasn't tracked before. Hydrogen.
Because electrolysis isn't magic.
Right. If you split H2O, you have to get 2 hydrogen atoms for every 1 oxygen atom, a 2-to-1 ratio. Previous missions didn't measure for hydrogen.
These robots will.
They will. And if they find hydrogen alongside oxygen in that perfect ratio, the Geobattery hypothesis becomes very, very difficult to refute.
And if they prove it, wow, the implications go way beyond the Pacific. The NASA reports in our stack are fascinating.
Oh, they're watching this very closely because this could completely redefine habitability.
It changes the rules for where we look for life. We always look for that Goldilocks zone, right? Not too hot, not too cold, close enough to a star for photosynthesis.
But if you can generate oxygen abiotically in the pitch black with just rocks and water,
then all of a sudden icy moons like Europa and Enceladus look a lot more welcoming.
They have these vast, dark subsurface oceans. If this kind of chemistry can happen here, it can happen there. It implies you could have complex, oxygen-breathing life forms that have never seen a sun.
So we're basically waiting for these two little robots to text us back from the abyss.
To tell us if we found a new source of life.
Yeah.
Or just a really persistent error code. That's science.
And while we wait for that data, here's a thought to take with you. If life doesn't strictly need sunlight to breathe, are we looking for aliens in all the wrong places? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
If you found this story insightful, don't forget to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more in-depth stories on science, environment, and global affairs. Comment below and tell us, should deep sea mining be stopped or supported? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.